And we have both runners rated up in IRC, so we are now just waiting on Twitch to catch up. So what are we going to see in the first 3 chests in the throne room? Hope to see a couple of magic keys, or hopefully they start with the spell return. Let's see.
To be synced up quite well.
Yeah, they look frame for frame at this point, which I like.
And the wings will allow them to escape the throne room with the key in hand.
That's wonderful. So what they'll probably wind up doing is use the key, opening
they
the back.
have return also. Sorry to cut you off. They have return also.
That's excellent. So they'll probably head right back to the key door, unlock the key door, buy more keys, and head into the treasury is my guess.
If taking separate stairways to the throne room, but leading to the same place, they're going to save their progress so that they can take a peek into the treasury, and then if they don't like what they see, they can restart. Also, a bit of gold to hang on to, potentially, if they can find a town.
Yeah, if a town is nearby, having some gold, that's what it'll wind up being. It'll be about, 300 gold after buying keys. That'd be handy for them to have.
Inside the treasury, that's always fun.
Another magic key in the treasury, along with a cursed belt, which is good to sell. Sword! Free seed, hello!
Wow. And sword in hand. Depending on what happens out there, we could see a very fast seed.
So, the first little monsters in Zone 0 here should be very much fodder to this Erdrick sword.
And the Shrine Cave to trade in the Silver Harp for the Staff of Rain is attached to the basement. Looks like sylverfyre didn't even check that. We have a Sharlock sighting already.
Looking at their starting stats, strength of 13 is pretty decent. Agility of 7 is really pretty awful.
Yeah, but of course you can add plus 40 with the Erdrick sword, so...
Well, yeah... Ooh, the back door into Sherlock, which is closed.
We're not seeing them go out to try and find some intermediate monsters. Oh, 32 agility on the first level up. Wow.
Yeah, nothing else though. If Empty Eye is here, he would have liked that level, except for the agility of 32.
These Drakemas and wolves and metal scorpions, those are the kind of monsters you want right away with the Erdrick sword in hand. No need to mess around with the ghosts. These desert tiles look like a good location to hang out in. That'll be a little bit away from the castle to the point where they could be in that intermediate zone.
Yeah, Drakema, yeah. Drakemas are nice to level up on, especially this early. The levels will come quick and, real quick with Drakemas. Level 4, I think, on both sides. Nice power. That's about it.
They'll try and quickly get these early levels out of the way now that they have the sword. I would think at this point, they don't even necessarily want Hurtmore so much as maybe a healing spell, because they do have...
I would absolutely agree with that. Heal more would look great right about now.
Yeah, they have the means to do damage, so I think the healing spells would allow for exploration, and both racers deciding to hang around for one more level.
Of course, they get the spell Radiant, which is nice when you get into a cave, but kind of useless at this point, because they haven't found a cave yet.
It's funny.
2 pounds. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, FNG.
I was just saying, oftentimes this part of the race can be a struggle where they're dying and getting sent back to the castle, and not the case this time.
Okay, so we have Hawksness on Silver side, and right next door to Hawksness we have Cantlin.
He hasn't died yet, so he has some gold from that starting chest. He's going to want to maybe look for a large shield. That would be my choice if he already has the best sword in the game. I would go with the large shield, if possible. He's got 2 different shops to choose from. let's see what we have available here.
Ideally, what he'll walk out of here with is a large shield, sell the cursed belt, and walk out of here with a chainmail as well. That would be ideal.
He is getting trolled by this shopkeeper here.
The shopkeeper apparently thinks Twitter and Facebook is more important than, actually making money.
That was about 30 seconds he had to spend waiting for that shopkeeper.
Troll keep. Oh, there's the chainmail. Ooh, skeletons have hurt more, and Ouijawii takes a death. Back to the box with thee.
So I did see him buy the small shield as well as the chainmail. Now he's going to look and see other shop. I think a large shield would be good because sometimes you don't have the opportunity to get a silver shield, which we do see one there.
Yep.
But if there was any gold in the treasury?
Yes, it's 700.
Throne room, but when they looked in the treasury and found the sword.
Yeah, I think there was a 700 gold chest in the treasury, give or take. I think.
Okay. For some reason, I was thinking that was in the throne room. So yeah, if it's in the treasury, then he can set up a grind later in the game to get that silver sword. He knows silver shield. He knows where it is now.
Yep. So now he's just gonna keep now they're both gonna just keep on exploring. Ouijawii has gotten to level 6 before, and now Sylverfyre gets to level 6. Moderate level. Oh, and now Ouijawii finds both the towns, Hawksness, and he's going to find Caitlin.
Still some nice intermediate enemies in this desert region. Sylverfyre choosing to farm a little bit more, maybe for level 7.
Well, at least the shopkeeper is an equal opportunity troll.
There are so many little things that are frustrating in this game, and that's just one more on the list.
So each of our runners now are at the same level, and they're equipped similarly. Erdrick sword, chainmail, and small shield.
Interesting Ouijawii choosing to check out the third shop in Caitlin. He's in the process.
Nothing good in there except for a half plate. That'd be the best thing.
The Erdrick sword, so no need to worry about broadswords or flame swords or anything like that.
And we have a dragon scale purchase on Sylverfyre's side, though I don't think he has equipped it yet. Now, it'll be interesting to see if Sylverfyre or Ouijawii, either one of them, stocks up on herbs and then basically sacrifices himself to get the coordinates. Looks like Sylverfyre's going to give it a try. I think he'll be able to get there.
With over 45 hit points, they can take 3 steps, and he should have enough herbs to traverse this. The other thing with the herb shop there is they don't have healing spells, so stocking up on herbs could help with early exploration.
And this is certainly countable. No, or is it? 23 north. That's going to be a problem with that lake that's north of Tantagel.
Now, will he go ahead and start trying to count this right away, or is he going to save that for a little bit later in the game? It's a little bit tough to get too far right now at their current situation with no healing spells, but let's see.
Oh, look, Sparkover. Double Sparkover Bridge? What do you call that?
Pretty unique. Sylverfyre is counting right now, by the way.
Yep, looks like he'll be able to do it too. Okay, I had the wrong directionality. I thought it said 6 east. Apparently it was 6 west, because 6 east would have been a problem. Oh, Fun Police! Fun Police scoops up Ouijawii and says, back with thee.
See how they're doing here on, they do actually have a pretty decent agility score for this level because of that huge boost earlier. But even so, it's pretty tough to run from a red dragon.
Erdrick's armor is found on Sylverfyre side, and now we have a metal slime with sleep and baby breath.
So, did Ouijawii feel like he did not have enough gold to get enough herbs to see? I don't think he ever got the coordinates.
He never did get the coordinates, and that's going to put him way behind right now. Now, traversing these swamps is no big deal with Erdrick's armor, because if you've watched this before, you know that Erdrick's armor protects from the effects of the swamp.
So this is one of the reasons, if you get that early town with those shops, I prefer that large shield purchase over, let's say, the half plate, because you just might find the Erdrick's armor 5 minutes later, and then your purchase was wasted. And if the large shield was available, I didn't see one, but if it was available, then he could potentially be done with equipment for the whole game.
They didn't. Catelyn did not have a large shield. It did have a silver, but not a large. So it looks like now Ouijawii is stocking up on herbs. I'm wondering if now he's deciding, you know what? Let's get those coordinates.
Sylverfyre just now donned the scale of the dragon.
Okay. And now
when you remember after the fact, sometimes when you go into your item menu for something else, like he went in there to use the wings, and then he said, "Oh, wait a minute, I wonder if I equip that." And sure enough, he had not. For Ouijawii, so he knows that they're countable, and he should be on his way to the armor shortly as well. While having Erdrick's equipment potentially 12 minutes into the game here.
That's a nice little, free seed there as far as equipment goes. Now, finally, Sylverfyre going into the basement of Tantagil to find the Harp Cave.
So with equipment out of the way, they can concentrate fully on exploring the map. They need to find the 3 key quest items in order to give them to the various shrines and have access to Charlotte Castle. So exploration is of utmost importance now.
Yep, and Sylverfyre has the slight advantage in this, given that he has explored more of the western side of the map than Ouijawii has. Although I don't think we've really found either one of our runners getting much in the way of the east side of the map explored yet. And Fun Police takes down Sylverfyre.
Equal opportunity Red Dragons here. Putting them both back to start without a second thought. Covering some of that same ground that I think Sylverfyre went to earlier. Taking a shot at a Ouijawii, and look at the enemies they're able to try for with the Erdrick's sword and Erdrick's armor in their equipment. At level 6, able to take down a Ouijawii and 83 experience, and that's a level up.
Alright, so now it looks like Sylverfyre is trying to get to the eastern half of the map a little bit.
Let's see if he goes after the Ouijawii. See, he's running away from the Ouijawii, so difference in understanding how strong they are here.
And it looks like the Fun Police is going to take down.
He's enjoying the spark over bridges. Love it. And so that does a full loop all the way back around to the other side of Charlock, which this is actually where you'd have to enter Charlock. We saw it from Tantegel, but the entrance is on the other side here.
Yeah, so it looks like what they have to do, from what I can tell so far, is it looks like they got to get east of that spark over bridge, it looks like. I think if my basic geography is right here, it looks like Cantagel is certainly on the western quarter of the map.
Map left to explore. It's funny when things start out so quickly. It's like you feel frantic. It's like a sprint to try and cover all the ground because the map is, it doesn't get any smaller, and the shrines that you need to find or the dungeons, they could be way clear on the other side. So they're just really trying to explore and cover the ground quickly as possible now. Of course, I don't think they have any healing spells still, so herb usage and management could play a role here.
Yeah, really, the only two spells that they have, even here at level 7, is Radiant and Return. That's it.
So here again, the difference, Sylverfyre running from that Magic Wyvern that Ouijawii was able to defeat. And Ouijawii now has a small experience lead because he's taking on slightly more difficult monsters, and successfully so.
Well, they're both kind of exploring the same area of the map at this point. Looks like this particular enemy... Oh, here's a blue dragon. I was just about to say this enemy set looks like a little easier, and then the blue dragon rears his head.
It's funny how Randomizer, each little area has a zone where I think up to 5 enemies could occupy, but they're all mixed up. So it could be like a few real easy ones, but then a tough one will be in there. You may not know it until it's too late.
Right now, they're exploring around and finding Bubkiss. What have we seen? We've seen the Harp Cave at the basement of Cantagel. We've seen Hawksness. And we've seen Cantlin, and that's it.
Yep, and Sharlock. And we have the far most northern edge of the map for Sylverfyre, and he's gone all the way across from the northwest to the northeast, finding nothing. But finally,
he finds 2 caves. Let's see what we got here.
Putting that Radiant spell to use, and finds the Swamp South.
This is Swamp North here, I'm gonna laugh.
Oh!
It is Swamp North, that's ridiculous.
Smile on Sylverfyre's face. He's got a face cam on his stream, and he's just face palming the fact that those caves are useless. Sometimes they back into Garenham or other locations. Could be useful, or just send you to the other side of the map where maybe more things are. This time, totally worthless.
And it is absolutely more than useless at this point, because they don't need the coordinates because they already have them and have searched out the Erdrick's armor. So that was really like, why bother?
Right, in other words, if it was a seed where they needed to rescue the princess, that's where she's hiding, and no need to do that because they don't need the compass for any reason. So caves to check off on your checklist. There's 16 total overworld locations, and Sylverfyre now, I believe, has seen 7 of them by my count. So looking for more towns, and preferably at this point the 2 dungeons, the Garen's Grave and the Mountain Cave, could be hiding those quest items.
Or so could the Tablet Cave, and that'd be a nice easy one to get because there's no enemies in the Tablet Cave.
That's right. And do they have the outside spell just in case they stumble upon it? They do not, so...
No, even at level 8, which we just picked up, they still only have Radiant and Return. That's it. So which means basically every spell is going to come at level 16. Everything.
This is a mash the A button seed here.
It very much is. Because all they're doing is attacking and running and, healing.
There are no spells, there's no strategy behind these fights other than, am I strong enough to fight this guy, or do I need to run away? And they have the best equipment in the game already, so mostly they're fighting them. So another fight with a rogue scorpion here, for example.
Basically, you have a couple of overpowered barbarians right now. And a level 8 pickup for Sylverfyre. Oh, and Knights with Dragon Lord Breath, along with Red Oh, nope. Yep, Knights with Dragon Lord Breath. That is the first Dragon Lord Breath we have seen in this seed.
I think at this point they would really prefer to find caves on the overworld. It could turn out that none of the other towns are required for the rest of the seed here.
It could. Oh, Ouijawii with a very interesting little strategy there. He went up and he went up to Catelyn, bought some of the fairy water, and is using fairy water essentially as a repel spell to hopefully make his exploration go a little bit quicker.
Yeah, I like that. We've been seeing that lately, and particularly when Catelyn is very early and very close to Tantegel, and it's an easy thing to find, and they don't have repel early in the seed, that can really help. Right now, exploration is important, so
yep,
strategy here in this situation.
Well, Ouijawyverns have heal more, so that pretty much means that if you kill a Ouijawyvern, you just got lucky.
Yeah, maybe a 25% situation or something, but I know one of them killed one earlier.
I think they both
did get lucky.
One. Yeah, I think they both killed one, but at this point, killing more is very much a flip of the coin.
I'm not clear if sylverfyre has decided this is just a good grind zone here in the town of Hawksness, or if he actually is going to try and see what the boss is. They don't have any means to heal themselves, so it's a tall order to kill anything here. Pretty good medium-sized enemies in here. This is fairly close, experience-wise and exploration-wise.
Pretty much. Oh, we have a cave. We have a cave that is not one of the swamp caves. On Ouijawii side.
And it's kind of tucked away in a place that might be tough to find, so if that turns out to be, let's say, the mountain cave, and it has a couple of quest items, that could give him an advantage.
But Ouijawyvern takes him out before he can get there. So the good news in Hawksness is the Hawksness boss is an Axe Knight. So if Healmore comes up relatively quickly, that's going to be a phantasmic grind zone.
Yeah, Hurt More would allow them to defeat that boss right away, and even if they learned Heal More, probably defeat it at least once to see what's here. Now, they already have the armor, so this is why this whole thing by sylverfyre is interesting, because there's not really any reason to be in Hawksness, except that he thinks this is a good grind zone.
Token could be here.
That's right, they haven't found the token. I apologize. For some reason,
Well, we've seen the token in chests a lot lately.
Right.
So, sometimes it, I do forget that every once in a while the token can be on either on the overworld spot, or it could be at Cole, or it could be in Hawksness.
It's just that it's not really an emergency to find the token. In other words, if the armor was there, that would be something to go for as soon as possible. But I think it's more that he just likes that grind zone.
Could be.
On that Axe Knight again.
So we have the mountain cave here on Ouijawii side.
Oh, it was the mountain cave. Good for him. So we'll see if he finds a couple of quest items. That'll put him in the lead exploration-wise. Almost dead even on experience between the two runners right now.
Death Necklace pickup on Ouijawii side. Death Necklace is the first chest in the mountain cave. So the nice thing here is that they have metal slimes. Bye-bye. Is that now after they're done with the mountain cave here, they can set up a gold grind and go get a silver shield in Catelyn.
That's right. Now, did Ouijawii see that? Did he check that shop? I think he must know that it's there.
I think he checked. He's the one that checked all three. So yeah, he knows it's in Catelyn. Whoa! 23 power and 18 hit points at level 9, and no spells, of course. Because why would this game give them spells?
They did find the death necklace, so like I referred to in the beginning, there are situations where the strength HP build allows you to get to the death necklace quicker than the strength of agility build. So he has the death necklace and he just gained some HP. We'll see what happens with that later.
So we have Ouijawii finding the last chest in the mountain cave, and it is the cursed belt. So I'm thinking now Ouijawii's probably going to set up a death and a gold grind, I would think. Maybe.
No quest items in there, though, right? Unless I missed something.
Nope. Oh, excellent move at a metal slime for Sylverfyre, which gets him to level 9.
Wow, I just saw in his face cam he was psyched about that. On these early levels. He is now in the lead on experience, although it's still close.
Oh, knights are a very good way to suicide, given that they have Dragon Lord Breath. Unless, of course, you kill it first.
What's interesting about races like this, when it sort of comes down to who explores in which direction, if it turns out that Sylverfyre doesn't really find that mountain cave until last, he may never need to go in here, because there's no quest items, and that could actually end up helping him.
It could. Alright, so Red Dragon sends Ouijawii back to start, where he can certainly get... Well, the nice thing is, there was a magic key, and there was gold in the treasury, so he can fill up on magic keys and he can fill up on gold while he's here.
Oh, the magic key grind, I love it. Let's see if he remembers to do that. That's a great idea. And of course, with the equipment he has, only needing the silver shield money, so he'll go up to about 14,800 here and no more.
He might get a little bit more if he wants to fill up on herbs and fairy water.
Good point.
And again, if he forgets about the keys in the treasury here, maybe he'll get a little more to fill up on keys again, just to be safe. Nope, you can't stairs out of the... Yeah,
Yeah, the standard tournament settings are allowing for menu wrapping. Sometimes you get a little bit of mistakes can be made when you're trying to, as possible.
Yeah, as long as you don't accidentally use the cursed belt in battle. Level 10 provides nothing but a spell or two, and we have Hurt More and Repel.
And they're off to the races.
And now we have Sylverfyre approaching what we now know as the mountain cave.
Hurt More is only a small advantage right now because the Erdrick sword does the job.
Yeah. Really, the only thing the Hurt More is good for is the Hawksness grind spot with the Axe Knights.
That's true, and that will be the most logical place at the end for them to grind if needed because it's so close to Tantegel, among other things.
Mm-hmm.
As you predicted, restocking on herbs with a little bit of extra money. You're 2 for 2 on that.
And he gets some fairy water, of course. You know, little does he know that once he gets the experience points to get to level 10, fairy water will be useless because he'll have repel.
It's nice to have one in your inventory at the very end of the game, though, when you want to dive into Charlac without wasting any MP. Maybe use the fairy water at the end.
That's true. Yeah, that is true. So he's going to go straight over to Hawk's Nest and find the Axe Knight in the boss spot. And given that he's full on herbs and has a decent amount of HP, he will probably take the Axe Knight down.
Starting with 72 HP and the Erdrick sword swinging for 30. He's got... Oh, and Axe Knights have hurt.
Oh, that's nice. If they cast hurt, this is a free fight. Oh, look at that. 2 shots dead.
Yeah, and the token is there.
It is the token.
is going right back to the grind. And I wonder if he will keep doing this until he does learn Repel. He's probably looking for that, at the very least.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
For the next level.
It'll be interesting to see how long he's going to keep this grind spot, because he's going to get hurt more at level 10, which makes this fight, even easier than it already is. So we'll see how long he stays here.
Level 10, though, correct? So, and he has some quest items to find. Stay here too much longer than learning Repel. Repel really helps you with the exploration.
Tressa, to answer your question, you're asking if either of us are playing or just watching. I am Z-Man050778. My partner is Up to No Good, Up to NG. We are commentating the match between sylverfyre, who is on your left, and Ouijawii, who is on your right. They are streaming to their own streams, and we're capturing this and restreaming it here to Randomizer Mania 2. And welcome aboard to Dragon Warrior Randomizer. Hope you enjoy your stay. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask us. We'll answer them either on stream, or some of your fellow chatters will answer it before we get the chance to. So, welcome aboard. Hope you enjoy it.
So to go back to your point, Z-Man, he is choosing to stick around in Hawksness, even though he's learned Repel and Hurt More.
So it'll take up some time now, but given just how spaced out everything is in this seed, number one, grinding some here will make Repel more effective, and number two, it will make those random encounters that they do get easier if they have a higher level. So I wonder if in the long term, it's better to do a little grinding now just to make exploration a little easier in the future.
Yeah, good point about that. And it's a little bit of a tricky decision, because I think you have to think in your mind maybe what's going to be the end level here. And we see by their stats, they already have pretty good strength. They're going to need a lot more hit points and, other things, and magic points for sure.
Yeah.
But this may not be a seed where you need to get to level 18 or 19 to finish the game, where in a seed like that, this strategy would really be helpful. It's out that they can fight the Dragon Lord on level 13 or 14, let's say, then maybe this turns out to be a waste of time, because you need to get those quest items in order as quickly as possible. Tricky decision here. Ouijawii going for at least one more level.
It is a tricky decision, and there's merits to both, absolutely. And now we have sylverfyre picking up his silver shield.
So we are done with equipment for the rest of the game. They've got the goods.
Now, I'm more than a little surprised that sylverfyre isn't jumping right into Hawksness to take care of that Axe Knight and to see what's there.
I saw him there earlier, and as a matter of fact, I thought I saw him fighting that Axe Knight before. I hope I didn't miss him picking up the token. Did he ever beat the Axe Knight even one time?
I don't think he beat the Axe Knight, unless he did it while we were paying attention to Ouijawii's stream. I don't think he has the token.
I saw him fighting it, and maybe he died somehow, but
I don't know.
We'll see if he opens up his item menu, if the token's sitting in there and we just missed it. I'm not sure. Because you're right, that would have been the time. He was already right there. That would have been the time to go ahead and revisit Hawksness and take care of that list item.
So apparently Axe Knights have heal more.
Wow, so that's the first time we saw that. That must be a low percentage chance of that as well. But that... well, it's still a very good grind spot, like you said. With Hurt More, you're usually killing them in one shot. Work out, and he heal mores from there. You can potentially hit him once and then hurt more. It's not that bad.
No, it's not bad. It's just interesting with the amount of Axe Knights that he killed. That was the first time it showed up.
Right. Just to be satisfied with how much he... well, back for more.
There we go. It looks like now now it looks like Sylverfyre remembered, oh, look, I can go back to Hawksnest. Trassa, you keep your XP, but your gold is halved. So, you know, a death doesn't do anything for your experience, but it will take away some of your gold.
It's also, when you're racing, a little bit of a time penalty as well, especially if you're out on the map somewhere and you really are trying to explore something. You get sent back. So, taking care of the Axonite in one hit now, and he's going to discover the token if he remembers to search the spot.
We have a level 11 pickup for Sylverfyre and 12 for Ouijawii. Let's see, what have we got? Oh, we have Healmore finally. Healmore at level 12. And it looks like now we have some side-by-side grinding going on.
This is interesting to me when they still have things to find. Choosing to do this for quite a while, actually.
Well, I'm wondering if they've seen a ton of dragons on the overworld, both blue, red, and I think a couple of green here and there, but there are red dragons all over this overworld. I'm wondering if they're fighting to either give themselves more of a chance to run or to build up their agility so they have more of a chance to run. So, I'm wondering...
Well, for example, now, Ouijawii has learned Healmore now on level 12. He should be able to take on almost anything out there. It's left for him to try and learn that would be relevant.
Just getting more stats, I think, would be the only thing.
Neither player has found Garen's grave, correct? So,
nope,
plenty of treasure chests left to explore.
We have Garen's grave, we have the Tablet Cave, and we have Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Cave left to find, as far as caves go. For
There's
towns,
a chest in
we have...
Rimuldar as well.
Yep, we haven't found Rimuldar, we haven't found Garenham, and we haven't found coal. Or Brickenary.
Yeah, 3 chests in Garenham as well. They have keys, so if they find Garenham, there's 3 chests there. Mm-hmm. Plenty of places that these quest items could be in, so I'm saying they need to find some of these things. Interesting decision. They are choosing to grind quite a bit in the mid-game here on this Axonite.
Now, we'll have to ask them their thoughts on it when it comes post-game interview time.
I think this is probably the most interesting decision they've made so far.
Level 13 for Ouijawii. What do we have here? Nice power. That's about it. And a new spell. And the grind keeps going on. JJ, to address your comment there about grinding until Healmore, they both, well, Ouijawii certainly has Healmore, and now Sylverfyre just picked up Healmore, so I wonder if Sylverfyre is going to do what you're suggesting. We shall see.
That would be my cue to leave. If I chose to use this strategy because the monsters in the overworld are really difficult, once you learn Healmore and you have Hurtmore and you have the equipment, there's really nothing left to worry about.
I tend to agree with you. Absolutely.
There are also red dragons in Hawksnest. There's a lot of enemies to grind on in Hawksnest besides the Axonite.
Yeah, there are. Hawksnest, just in general, is a very good grinding spot.
It's funny because this town is so close that he can just hop right over, use the inn here like he's doing, and just head right back over. It's amazing. It's how convenient it is. I think maybe one of the factors for why he's doing this.
Well, given that Sylverfyre's cast Repel, he's going to do some exploring.
Ouijawii's stocking up on herbs now, so maybe he's preparing to explore as well.
Oh, it looks like Sylverfyre is going to try to take down the red dragon.
So now that the token has been found, they don't even need to find the town of Cole for any real reason.
Well, Cole will have the fairy flute, but I don't think the only reason the fairy flute would even come into play is if the golem is the boss down in Sherlock.
Right. I'm trying to think of what else they haven't found. And at some point, they're going to need the Rainbow Drop Cave to complete the quest.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of stuff we haven't found.
Right. That's why he's still sitting here on this Axe Knight. That's why I'm wondering about this strategy. It may pay off in the end because he's going to be able to run around pretty much uncontested. At a certain point, the repel spell will repel just about everything, so he'll just be able to run around the map and just find everything, but it takes some time to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting decision here.
You know, I'm thinking about this map design, and it's kind of like a spiral with Tantagel in the center, because you have to go west and then north in order to work your way back around south of Tantagel. It's kind of a neat-shaped map.
Right, which makes it a really long walk to me if there are some important things way at the end of that.
Yeah.
You really don't want to die when you're out there, because it could be, that's about the longest walk you can have when the map is shaped like that.
Yeah, if there's something in the southwest, that's going to be a heck of a walk.
Sylverfyre almost out of resources. He'd love to find another town soon.
Meanwhile,
probably the one that they want the most is Garanham because it has some chests. Could potentially have the quest items that they need.
Now, this is interesting to see what Ouijawii is going to do. There was a heck of a power increase going from level 13 to 14, which is going to increase the effectiveness of
Oh, he just
repel.
killed a metal slime with one hit with 6 damage to the metal slime. Has a ton of power. You're right.
Yeah, his
damage to metal slime, and if he knows where, I don't know if he needs more levels, but if he did, that would be, well, if he could find the metal slimes and just kill them in one hit. Wow.
He has got all the attack power he needs to kill the Dragon Lord pretty simply. Problem is, he doesn't have the HP, he doesn't have the MP. Yeah, he's at 141 attack power right now. So he is basically busting the face of anything he comes in between. Oh, we have Garanham on Sylverfyre.
Of course, he has keys, so he'll have access to those chests. Ratio doesn't quite work out for Ouijawii just yet because the MP total is so low. But it's getting close. He may need only one more level. You know, the HP, it would be nice to have a little bit more HP as well. So he's got to get moving on finding all this equipment, or else he's going to be at that point where he doesn't even need to fight anything anymore, and he just still doesn't have what he needs to get it.
And we have the Tablet Cave here on Sylverfyre side underneath Garanham.
So it turns out that the Stones of Sunlight is here. This, like I said, this could be one of those weird seeds where you don't even have to go into a dungeon, because you know, if he finds Remolder, let's say, and the last quest item is in that chest, then anybody that takes the time to go into those dungeons is just wasting their time. So,
or the vanilla Stones of Sunlight cave. Oh, there are 2 towns in the area. I didn't see what the first one was. I'm guessing it had to have been Breckenary, because we didn't see a chest pick up there. Tressa, to answer your question, are the dungeons randomized too? Their shapes and layouts are not randomized, but the contents of the treasure chests and the enemies within those dungeons are randomized.
Now, Sylverfyre has not found the mountain cave either. Ouijawii was the one that went through there. So
no, Sylverfyre's been through it. That's where he set up the gold grind to get a silver shield.
Oh, he did that through the mountain cave? Okay.
Yep.
He's probably looking for the grave for the most part, but yeah, any of those other locations could have the last quest item as well, so... Just trying to figure out where he hasn't been. Neither player appears to be drawing maps. They're just trying to remember. Have I been here before? This looks familiar. I don't know. And then trying not to research the same places over and over again, of course. Kind of inefficient. And we see a town here. So there is one chest here. Let's see if he remembers. He almost just backed out of here.
I'm checking on his key count. Let's see. All right, so this means that the silver harp is either in the grave of Garanham or it is in the vanilla Stones of Sunlight cave. That's only two places it could be. Oh, and Ouijawii finds Rummel there now.
Almost a high five on the map.
Almost. Now, that was definitely a high five. One going into the end, one going out of the end. Same time.
It's funny when paths cross like that. They're doing this at the same time, but they definitely have other things in mind that they're needing to do in the future. Ouijawii is going to need to find Garanham, because we know that the tablet cave was in the basement there, hiding the Stones of Sunlight. So he's got that on his mind, and yes, I believe have they found the Rainbow Drop cave yet?
Nope, neither one of them has found the jerk either.
Yeah, so that can be something that at the end when you have everything you need, and it's like, wow, where is this one cave on the map? And if it takes you several minutes to run around just to find that, the earlier you can find that and kind of make a mental note of where that is, the better. And I wonder where this grave is, because...
You know, I wonder, I get just kind of, now I'm not keeping a map or anything, level 15, by the way, on Ouijawii side, nice level. I don't
3 levels ahead now, by the way,
yeah.
Because of that grind that he did on the Axe Knight.
I don't think either one of them has really explored much of the northwest part of the map. So I'm wondering if it's kind of up there somewhere, what we haven't seen.
For Ouijawii, and logically he will end up finding the stones within a couple of minutes. He'll check these chests, he'll go and check the basement. Bit of exploring done for Ouijawii. He's catching up in terms of exploring the map.
We have a level 13 pickup for Sylverfyre.
So and Ouijawii is at 15. Let me double check what he's looking at for stats on 15. Didn't pick up a whole lot of MP, but that's starting to actually get close now. 99 HP is enough to fight the Dragon Lord. It's not really any room left over, though. Plenty of defense. 147 attack. MP, I think, is not quite enough. It's just barely not enough.
What's his MP at now at
Really
level
good
15?
rolls. He has 57 MP, which is enough for 7 heal mores.
Yeah, you got to think he'd need to be up around 70 to 80, I would think, to be comfortable. Which could be the next level for all we know.
It's really close, you know, because there's a range with your attack rolls. You could get lucky and have a lot of good rolls.
Yeah.
But you don't want to rely on that. And if you die, it's another 5 or 6 minutes lost to try and redive into Sherlock. So he's clearly going for another level. I'm just curious how close he is. He's got a lot of running around to do, so he'll probably get the level anyway.
We have the Fairy Flute pickup on Sylverfyre's side in the Fountain of Coal, which was a little northwest of Rumeldar, if I remember.
Yeah, it's worth taking the extra few seconds to pick that up and taking up your inventory slot. I think, it has its use. It may not end up coming into play, but...
And like I said, just in case...
the golem at the end. Yep.
Right, yep.
Taking on blue dragons now very easily with 147 attack power. This is definitely end game level strength he's got.
Oh,
so
yeah.
all of these enemies are in danger from his Erdrick sword right now.
I mean, even Sylverfyre is relatively easily cutting through this red dragon.
Yeah, 255 experience points for that. So he's got some catching up to do with experience. The more kills like that he can book on his exploration, the better. Axe Knight, another really efficient enemy.
Yeah, because right now
kill at this stage.
Yeah, right now Silver's 3,000 experience behind, and that's a significant gap.
He's going up to that northwest region like you suggested. Yeah, and red dragons appear to have nothing special up their sleeve, so with the heal more spell and all this strength, should be an easy kill every time you run into one. And Sylverfyre taking full advantage of that, another 255.
And even easier once Sylverfyre gets to level 14, because we know what's waiting for them in between 13 and 14.
Yeah, trying to get there as quickly as possible. He's about 500 experience away, so about 2 red dragons away, really, if you look at it that way. He's running out of resources now, though.
Gonna head south and refill at Camplin. Yep.
Wow, okay, so he looped all the way around. I lost track of where he was, and he's just kind of back near start again.
Yeah, he looped all the way around.
The grave is eluding them.
So is the jerk.
And the jerk as well.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is certainly an interesting map setup. All right, credit to DJ Weeze. He called it. He called it 8 minutes ago. He didn't think that Sylverfyre had picked up the token, and he turned out to be right. DJ Weeze was absolutely correct.
Oh, you saw him, interesting.
Yeah, he just now picked up the token.
I guess he knew he'd be back there. So, like I said, not an emergency, although if you do happen to get the harp, and then you run in, you're running around, you run into the jerk cave, assuming you have the staff already, you'd feel silly to have not picked up the token when you had the chance.
Yeah.
So, about the right time for him to do so, and he's fighting a few more Axe Knights to get to 14. Not sure if he's really going to stay after this level. Nope.
Power increases by 15. Welp!
He's taking a good look to see if he needs to even fight anything for the rest of the game, and as we know, it's pretty close, but he probably needs another level or two.
Two hitting a Magic Wyvern after the Magic Wyvern casts Heal Morph. That's wonderful.
And Ouijawii taking that same long walk along the north edge of the coast that we saw sylverfyre take 20 minutes ago. He'll probably find those swamp caves soon if he continues in this direction. And there they are. Up here to the north. And funny now, watch this. There he is. Amazing.
Oh, that's such a troll job right there.
What I was alluding to before, if this jerk cave, for example, turns out to really be tucked away to where they need to spend a while finding it, and here's a cave. A couple of caves. Wow, I think this might be the grave and the jerk, right? Did we see these before?
No, we haven't seen these before. All right, so what do we? This has got to be. That's got to be the grave then, right there, and that's Stone's a Sunlight Cave.
Nope, it was too good to be true that the harp would be here, so it pretty much has to be in the grave now, correct?
I think we've seen everything but the contents of the grave. So yeah, I think it does have to be in the grave. Question is, where's it going to be in the grave? And
you know
will
what?
they find...
That was actually a very smart move by Ouijawii, assuming he had found the other locations containing chests already. He knew it was the grave and decided that he should hop out and check that Stone's Cave first.
Yep.
It would save him a trip into the grave if the harp was there. So that was actually a smart move. And there's the harp there on the upper level, so no need to go further down unless he wants to find... I don't know if the fighter's ring has been found or the death necklace, but...
Well, the death necklace they both have, but the fighter's ring, they don't need the fighter's ring in this seed. So there's no reason to dive the grave any further. Knowing that, Ouijawii casts Return and is going to trade in the harp for the Staff of Rain.
So
now
he's ready to go to Sharlock, I think.
Oh, we have a jerk sighting on
Ouijawii doesn't know
sylverfyre
where
side.
the jerk is, so okay. Nope. Interesting. So he is going to take care of making sure he has the staff, so that when he finds the jerk...
So it's...
This is another thing.
There it
Sylverfyre
is.
will have
So
to
it's in the northeast, kind of south and a little west of the swamp caves. Okay.
Oh, okay. And so Sylverfyre is going to need to make a second trip there, whereas when Ouijawii finds it, he'll already have in hand and the other two items. So he'll, as soon as he finds it, he's got the drop and he's on to Sharlock.
So this is...
Takes him to find it.
Wow, and now we have a one shot of a metal slime by Sylverfyre.
Sylverfyre has the grave now, so he is going to quickly get the harp as well. So this is getting close now.
So basically what it's going to come down to is, does Sylverfyre get the levels he needs first, or does Ouijawii find the jerk cave? Because that's kind of what we're waiting on. Ouijawii probably needs another level or two, but Sylverfyre's got longer to go to get there.
Yeah, and Sylverfyre's got everything he needs now. He knows where everything is, and he's got everything. So you're right. It comes down to if he can just find that jerk cave. It's an exploration. He hasn't explored as much of the map because he spent all that time grinding. So now, which direction is he going to go, and is he going to find it in time while Sylverfyre is preparing himself to dive? I think Ouijawii's going the right direction, isn't he? What?
Have to see where he's going. No, wait. He's going south. I don't know where he is right now. No, he looks like he's in the southwest. I think he's in the wrong corner.
I guess I didn't understand quite where that jerk cave was. It looks like he is not in the right place
Yeah,
now. So.
yeah, the jerk is in the northeast, just south of the swamp caves.
Yeah, Sylverfyre had taken a southwardly turn to find it, but he was up there near the swamp caves. That's right. We're about an hour in, so this is potentially a pretty fast seed. Sylverfyre now, all he needs to do is take that second trip over to the jerk cave, and he is done. Another level or two, but he can also take that strategy of fighting his way down. Now this is one of the worst scenarios to do that because they don't have the MP, and so if you're fighting your way down, of course when you level up you don't get the extra MP until you heal up at an inn.
Right, but the problem with doing a Sharlock dive now is their agility is low. I mean 75, 78, that's not gonna, I mean, you're not gonna run from many red dragons. You're going to struggle to run from armored knights. And who knows what else could be down there.
Yeah, certainly won't be easy. And the stats here. They do have the silver shield, though, so they are defense breaking the enemies that would be in Sharlock. So you could potentially pick and choose your enemies if you wanted to fight for a little more experience. You just pick on the Star Wyverns and the werewolves and the wizards and try and run from everything else. But like you said, with the low agility, it's not that easy to run from some of the harder enemies.
Right. So it looks like Sylverfyre is going to do a grind in Hawksness on the Axe Knights, it looks like.
It's all coming down to if Ouijawii can just find that jerk cave. How long will it take for him to find it?
Oh, 19 magic points. That could be the level. It looks like this is a 16. This looks like 16 is the level. $151 attack power, 104 HP, 76 MP, 89
he doesn't
agility.
Need to fight anything for the rest of the game. He's good there.
If he finds, once he finds the jerk cave, it is go time for Ouijawii.
He's literally wasting his time fighting these red dragons.
Yeah, it might be quicker than running from him, though.
Yeah, in that respect, for sure, yeah. If he's worried about running away from him, I can understand that, I guess. Again, he is not encountering many enemies, so he can cover a lot of ground here because he is at basically maximum endgame level, and whenever he casts Repel now, it's pretty much the only things that are going to pop up are red dragons and the like, so he can cover a lot of ground now, and without, distraction, he can really figure out where this jerk cave is, hopefully pretty quickly.
All right, he's in the kind of the general area, I believe. Oh, nope, those are they're the double spark over bridges. So he's going to come west, he's going to go east to find the swamp caves, and then he's got to go due south and a little west. Okay,
I think he's on the right track, actually.
He's on the he needs to go south. All right, now he needs to go a little east. There it is right there.
I think it's south into this little, well, let's see.
Does he go south and back north, or does he go...
Yeah, it was in this little...
Yep, there it is.
Oh my gosh, this is a close race, guys. Fire decides that 15 is enough. Well, he's just going to heal now. I don't think he thinks 15 is enough, but it's like probably 3 minutes of Axe Knight grinding, and then he'll be on his way to Sharlock. This is a close race.
Wait, is Ouijawii going to grind another level? Does he not think he has the MP?
He definitely has the MP. Actually burn 1 or 2 on the way down, actually, because the 151 attack power is extremely high. Does not need a whole lot of magic.
All right, so now Sylverfyre looks like he's going to make the trek to go get his rainbow drop. No, Ouijawii is just... He just used that town as a stopover to fill up, and he's going to Sherlock.
Yeah, and Sylverfyre not making a map. He sort of vaguely remembers where it was, but he's taking some wrong turns. But he is on his way to get the drop. At least he'll get that out of the way. I will be curious if he goes back to the Axe Knight after this, or if he's going to go and fight his way down.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Because the level 15 where he's at is kind of borderline. I'm not quite sure he's got the MP to do it. But then once he gets to 16, then it becomes a no-brainer.
And,
all right.
You almost don't even need the MP that 16 provides, because it does provide some power as well. And if he did choose to fight his way down, assuming that into trouble and have to heal up along the way, it could be viable. It would be risky, obviously. Depends on whether he feels like he's behind or not at this point.
Okay, so we have the rainbow drop pickup for Sylverfyre, and he's going to head up to the Hawksness Cantlin combo. Ooh, Wizards have Dragon Lord Breath. That's not good.
You're absolutely right. Ouijawii appears to be wanting another level, so this will slow him down on the way. He is halfway there, I guess. He needs 12,000 for the next level, and let's see if he chooses to try and pick on the weaker enemies on the way down, choosing to not fight the Stone Man. Probably wise. It's a balance now. If he does want the extra level, he also wants to make sure he holds on to the MP that he has.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't go too crazy fighting everything that's in your way if you're trying to do kind of both at the same time. First green dragon I remember seeing.
I think I saw one in the overworld in the northwest corner, I think.
They're pretty rare, but not non-existent. And let me double check his... So yeah, see, his defense power is 94, so he knows that he's actually defense breaking green dragons.
Right, so he could kill green dragons easily.
Right.
Ooh, and run from the fun police.
As a matter of fact, he might be defense breaking this Axe Knight as well. He is chanting hurt anyway, so that's just like being defense broken. He's doing no damage.
Yeah, right.
I'm asking Ouijawii about that long grind in Hawksness before he had all the items.
Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting decision. Looks like it's paying off for him.
Yeah, it really does look like this decision's gonna... Yeah, it really does look like it's paying off. He got the nice little experience boost, made the exploration easier, and he got levels as he was searching. So...
It's another 1,000 experience for level 16. That's going to be about 7 or 8 more Axe Knights, and he'll have to probably heal up first.
Ooh, he had to use a heal more. So now he's down to...
Oh, Ouijawii used 1 heal more. I think he's still okay.
68, that gives... 64 is 6. 6 heal
Oh,
more.
here's a red dragon, and he is trying to run. So this, he could have to use another heal more here. Let's see. Oh boy. Big decision. Wow.
Oh boy.
Dragon Lord fight very close now.
Alright, so now he went from... Now he's
And
got
he still
17
can't
more.
get away.
I can math.
Oh, he just got a... Oh boy, this is close now.
Oh boy.
And he still needs more experience if he really wants to level up again. So That's a tough balance, trying to squeeze some fights in here, and
Yeah, seven heal mores. Is that going to be enough? I mean,
well, it depends on what the next level brings. If he really is committed to leveling up one more time.
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting development here. This is not a sure thing anymore for Ouijawii. Especially, we have another red dragon. Gets away from that one. These dives are stressful with when you don't have super high agility, it's stressful.
And we have Sylverfyre now getting the magic level, 16.
Excellent, and we have a blue dragon as the mini-boss.
And he's not defense breaking the blue dragons yet.
$500 experience points away. Will he go for that level, or will he just go for the Dragon Lord here? Dragon one step away.
Oh no, but a red dragon gets him from behind. Okay. He uses his last herb. He's going for the Dragon Lord.
So he was less than 500 experience points away from a level up, and he chose to just go forward and fight. He only has essentially 7 heal mores at his disposal here. This is not free.
No, not
it's
at
close.
all. 2 hits, Dragon Lord phase 1. All right, let's get it on. Oh, he gets back attack. That's not good.
Oh man, he has to heal right away.
Oh no! Now he's down to 6 heal mores.
All right, 19. 15 is kind of a low roll.
So he's at 34. He's in trouble.
49. He needs some really big rolls.
Yeah, he really needs he needs some real big rolls.
63. I think he's in trouble here. That back attack was devastating.
So he's at 80. Boy, this is YOLO hurt more. It's time to YOLO hurt more at this point.
What was that last one? I missed it. He's got to be under 100 though. He can't.
He's at 95. He's at 95.
MP now for hurt more.
109. Finally he gets to 20.
That was devastating, and he had only 400 more experience points. He could have, let's say the next level gives you 6 or 7 more power. It could have made the difference. He chose to just go forward and fight on a borderline situation, and it did not pay off.
So now it comes down to what kind of run RNG is Sylverfyre going to get on his way down?
Yeah, let me see what's the deal with Sylverfyre real quick. Remember, Sylverfyre used the agility build, correct? So
yeah, strength agility.
He should have a much easier time getting through this section of Sharlock, and he is defense breaking more enemies. I believe he actually might be defense breaking the Blue Dragon mini boss now, and Ouijawii is not. He should be able to hold on to all of that MP. Would give Sylverfyre a good advantage now. And look at this, Ouijawii is going back to get that last level before he goes in.
Yep.
What an ending to this race.
Oh, Sylverfyre has to use a heal more now.
Oh. I think he's okay, though.
He's down to 8 heal mores now.
Dragons on this bottom section, remember. He should have an easier time running away than Ouijawii did, but you never know. all of a sudden you might fail 8 times in a row when you run, even with high agility. So.
All right, let's see what level 17 brings. No strength, but 11 hit points and 15 MP. All right, that was 15 MP. I think that gives him actually 3 more heal mores because he was so close to being on it before.
Comfortable. It's go time now, comfortably. He shouldn't fight any more enemies for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so what, level 17 then? That gives him... cares about the attack power. We know he's good there. So 76. Yeah, he's going to have 10 or I think he's going to have 11 heal mores. Yeah. Level 17 should be free.
Yeah, that's way more than
Ouijawii.
enough. He can burn 2 or 3 on the way down if he runs into some stubborn red dragons.
Yeah.
And it'll still be fairly easy, so.
Yeah, this definitely should be free for Ouijawii.
Oh, he was so close to this level. Well, you know what? It wouldn't have actually helped him because he didn't gain any power. So you don't get the MP boost until you go heal at the end.
Right.
Ugh. I don't know. Just some tough luck there at the end. He some low rolls on that fight. I think he could have won that fight, and he got some low rolls in the beginning. And the back attack was devastating.
All right, so now we have Sylverfyre taking on the Blue Dragon boss. 2 hits, dead. All right, so I would imagine Sylverfyre is going to herb up before Mr. Dragonlord.
Does he have... What is his HP? He's fighting the Dragonlord on 96 HP.
Mm-hmm.
That is not...
Ideal.
You can get into some interesting situations when you only have 96 HP. Your heal more could not heal you enough. Your like this is one of the issues with the agility build. Just the lack of HP. I think it's gonna be enough.
And he's
but it's
getting
borderline.
a rough Dragonlord 1 fight too. Just hurt more after hurt more. Dragonlord 1 is not being fun right now.
Yeah, trying to get that extra turn by using the herbs and fishing for a stop spell. He does get the stop spell.
Finally. Okay, so...
6, unfortunately, he's at 92, so that actually could make a difference and cost him that turn if he gets
no
fire
back
breath.
attack. So 25 right off the bat.
He does get the big fire breath, so he was not able to get 2 turns to start.
39. Oh, 52. Now it's his turn for bad rolls.
There's a 48. So interesting. If he does 2 48s in a row, he's dead. He chose to fight on 48. There's I want to say like a 12.5% chance of dying.
Oh,
when you hit that fight button.
2.
He fought on 48 again. So both times that he chose to fight on 48, someone can correct me if I'm wrong, there's a 12.5% chance of dying when you do that.
All right, so I've got him at an even 100 right now.
Yeah, I think he's got it if he can survive. It'll come down to the end, though. He hasn't gotten any bad heal more rolls that I've seen, so that's helpful.
No. He's at 131. 2 more attacks should do it, I think.
Wow. That's close. Depending on how much hit points the Dragonlord has.
152. There we go. This should do it. This should do it. He's got it.
Congratulations to Sylverfyre.
Wow. Congratulations to Sylverfyre. Woo!
On the floor for Ouijawii. Wow. Close race.
Very, very close race at the end. Whew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, get out your GGs. Sylverfyre has finished in first place in this race with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 42 seconds.
See the relief on his face. He is just stunned that he won that race. He is so excited right now. Congratulations to Sylverfyre.
And with that ding, I believe
Oh
we
my
have
gosh, I was nervous there.
Well, to be honest, you had every reason to be. Because Ouijawii actually fought the Dragon Lord at level 16, but had to use 2 Healmores on his way down and only got
I believe that he had to use 2 Healmores on the way down. That Charlock was vicious.
Yeah, it was. So, what are your thoughts on this seed overall?
Fun police.
Yeah, they were a bit of a presence, weren't they?
A bit. Despite having to fight Dragon Lord at 96 HP, I am glad I took the agility build. Because, oh my god, I don't know how many times that extra bit of agility saved me from fun police.
Well,
you had to fight the dragon. You had to hit the fight button twice when were down to 48.
I did.
No hesitation. You just took the risk.
I knew. I went into that and I'm like, because I had to use a heal more on my way down too. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I do not have any breathing room unless I'm hitting 25 a lot, which I wasn't. I knew that it would be down to the wire. And it was.
Oh!
I was at 2 MP left at the end of that fight.
What just happened to Ouijawii there? Did he run out of MP in the Dragon Lord fight? He must have used some on the way down. What happened there?
I don't know. I maybe hit a wrong button, but he has quit from the race, unfortunately.
Wow. Tough Charlock for Ouijawii.
Oh, real
congratulations,
tough.
Sylverfyre.
My Agi was bonkers, and I was very happy about that when Charlock was like, oh, I get to run away from another red dragon.
Yeah, so really what really kind of sealed the deal, unfortunately, for both of you, is on the bottom floor, up on the top, Ouijawii ran into a red dragon that he had to run from 6 times before he could get away.
I think the longest one for me took 5.
Yeah. Yeah, those fun police were ridiculous.
They were absolutely absurd.
So Sylverfyre, at some point did you remember that you had not searched the spot under Hawksness for the token?
Yeah, I think with I realized it and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot it. Whatever, I know it's there.
Yeah, you knew you were going back there anyway to grind.
Yeah, I knew I was going to come back there anyway, so I don't think I actually lost time on it.
No, so how about that nice and early sword and armor from...
Nice and early sword and armor made it very interesting. Then that map turned out to be really difficult.
Yeah, it was kind of like a real big spiral, almost.
Yeah, so you had the spiraled arm up top that led to the Rainbow Drop Cave and Garen's Grave. Then you had a spiral arm to Rumeldar and Cole. And you had a spiral arm over to the bottom left that led to nothing, but I checked that spiral arm first. But all of those wrapped all the way around.
Yeah.
You could not just get anywhere directly at all, except for Caitlin and Hawksness.
With that ding, I believe we have a Ouijawii. Woo, that's some tough RNG you had on that in that Charlock dive, man.
Yeah, I was 3/4 of the way to the Dragon Lord on the last floor there, and then all of a sudden the Red Dragons decided I couldn't run from them. And I felt good going into the Dragon Lord. I had enough MP, but then getting back attack there and having to burn a heal more made me think, well, if I don't get a double attack, there's no shot. So I almost had it, though, at the very end on the last attack. He just barely got me. I think other than that, I may have beaten him.
Yeah, it was close. It was real close.
That seemed to be a tricky situation for you in general because it looked like you were fighting your way to the next level and you only had 300 or 400 experience left to go, but you decided that it was just not worth the risk. I think you were running out of herbs and you just went for the Dragon Lord.
Yeah, I think if the one stat I didn't need was magic points, that's the only big level up that wouldn't help me in that situation, and that's what ended up happening when I did grind that level eventually. And yeah, I just figured if I don't make it, then I'll get the level on my next dive down. I decided to get it in Hawksness before, but it was too late by then.
I was level 17, right?
Yeah, level 16, you could have done it if you had gotten to him with enough magic points, but unfortunately it didn't work out for me.
I mean, I wasn't HP build, so I didn't have enough max HP at level 16 anyway. But given our max MP situation, like, and what Sherlock looked like, I had to use a heal more on the way down, and I still ended up using I used all 8 heal mores that I had remaining on the Dragon Lord, and I killed it on the last attack.
That's
with
close.
Like no HP left and no MP left.
Wow. Yeah, I had to use 2 before I got to the Dragon Lord, and then he back attacked me, and I had to use a 3rd before I could even hit him. So that's pretty much why I couldn't get him.
Yeah, and you had a bunch of bad rolls too on your Dragon Lord fight. I mean, you had a good damage range, but you were rolling frickin' 15s and 16s and 17s a whole lot.
I was. With 25 as our max or something like that.
Yep.
Ouijawii, can I ask you something? You made a decision in the mid game that you wanted to stay at Hawksnest for a while and grind several levels before venturing out even to find the remaining quest items. How did you make that decision? Because it looked like it was going to pay off for you at the end.
I made that decision because when I was trying to explore earlier, I kept running into red dragons everywhere in every which direction, and I thought, well, I need to beat them if I want to explore. So I decided to grind in. You know, you get the best thing to grind on in an Axe Knight that's casting Hurt, so you might as well use it.
Yeah, I ended up leaving Hawksnest when I got, like, Healmore was the trigger for leaving Hawksnest, where it's like, I can now survive to run away from a red dragon, and that was my trigger to stop grinding and explore, which I guess was a lot less than you.
Yeah, probably. I figured once I could kill the red dragons while walking around, I mean, our agility was still low at that point once we got Healmore.
I thought it was pretty good, but I was also agility build. I was like at 75 or something at that point.
Those overworld red dragon encounters to help me gain the level 16.
Yeah, that makes sense. I killed a couple of them, but I also started running from them because I'm just like, I just need to find the Garen's Grave and Rainbow Drop Cave.
Yeah, the Rainbow Drop Cave took me a while, probably a good...
I found that double swamp cave that was kind of goofy pretty early, but then I think I got fun policed around that area, and then I didn't check the rest of that area for a long time because it was so far out of the way.
The cave to get it, what did I need? The harp? I think the harp was the last item. That was quite a walk. It was quite...
Yeah, the harp and the harp was in Grave, and it was like up there with the Rainbow Drop in that same region.
Yeah,
so it's
I wish
awkward because you had to do that walk twice once you figured out where everything was even.
That's another thing.
It was an interesting seed to watch for me because it seemed like you started off so powerful with the sword and the armor almost right away. So it gives you a false sense like you can just go out and explore the world with no problems, but you never really learned any spells.
I actually got really concerned because it felt like there were very few zones that had good mid-level enemies.
That's
right.
To hit with your sword and good armor.
Sort of I called it the mashing the A button kind of seed. You had really no spells for quite a while that you could use for any battle. And if you're just running into red dragons, it's sort of like, and you can't heal. I think it took you a while to get the heal spell.
Yeah,
so it was funny because
it was like level 12, I think.
It sort of feels like a sprint, like, oh, I have to run around and find all this stuff right away because it feels like you're so powerful, but then you realize, well, maybe I'm not that powerful. With at least the way it went with all the red dragons out there.
Yeah, if it was like, wyverns and like other mid-level enemies like that all around, we would just be like hacking our way through the world while looking for stuff, but that was not this seed. So GG, that was a tough one.
Yeah, good race.
It was tough in spite of the early equipment.
I believe that's 3 wins in a row for you. I guess you're going on to the quarterfinal round of the.
Given that I first round dropped to losers bracket, I don't have another option, right?
Yeah, you must be sandbagging it. You drop down and then now you're just gonna win out.
Well, the biggest mistake I made in that first race was a mapping laziness, and I've been careful to not make those kind of mistakes again.
So, did you draw a map then? It looked like you were not drawing a map.
I do draw maps.
Okay.
There were a couple areas, like there were a couple points where like my map was disconnected from itself, and then like I would see something like that, like little spark over area, and I'm like, oh, I know where I am now, because I'll mark landmarks like that on my map, but my map isn't like ultra detailed.
Yeah, if you can do it efficiently without losing time, it seems like a good thing to do to make sure you're not missing something. Looks like you have Unos in the next round. Your thoughts on that one?
Oh boy, that's going to be a tough one.
They're calling that the Poltergeist round. I think that's the quarterfinal round in the lower bracket. Missions on moving through there. And great race to you as well, Ouijawii. It looked good for you most of the way. Just
yeah, thank you. It's usually the Charlock dive.
But very good race.
Surprised. Thank you very much.
I'm probably excessively careful with my Charlock dives, which is why I was grinding on Hawksness before even touching Charlock. I didn't want to do a fight my way down with the kind of MP that we had. Especially because if that big level wasn't, I knew that if that big level was MP, then I would be wanting to actually refill it.
Thoughts from you, Z-Man? This was a good one.
It was a heck of a race. It was a heck of a race that was dominated by the fun police, and was ultimately, unfortunately, RNG dependent. Ouijawii's dive and low rolls into. And low rolls against the Dragon Lord, and then Sylverfyre with his higher agility had better run luck, and just took down the Dragon Lord on his first shot. So, good race to the both of you. Very well done. Very well done. So, I think with that, do you have any more questions for our runners up to NG?
I can't think of anything else. It was a great race by both, and I'm looking forward to the next one. This was a great night overall. This was sort of like a triple header tonight, so I'm gonna rewatch all the other races and look forward to the next ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of the next ones, just really quick, nothing scheduled on Randomizer on any of the Randomizer Mania Family Network tomorrow. So the next thing we've got is Dragon Warrior Randomizer match in the lower bracket. We have Sparkover versus JJ Schmidt Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That is the next scheduled race for this tournament and for Randomizer Mania.
Looking forward to that one.
Absolutely. So with that, I think it is time to sign off. Ouijawii, Sylverfyre, great race. Congratulations to Sylverfyre, and I think it is about time to sign off. So, everybody, have a great night.